Well, hello there, Gemini. It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your February 2023 career and money reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the tarot for some more details about your present energy in your career and money sector, any obstacles or areas of resistance, and then finally advice from Spirit about what next step you can take in order to manifest, to create what it is that you are wanting in your life. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal spirit, electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Okay, Gemini, this is about getting out of your head and starting putting some work, so a little bit of elbow grease maybe into what it is that you're trying to create, your ideas, and overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Okay, so the energy I'm getting here is that you have some ideas, ideas about how you want to save more money or save money up for a big purchase, or it could even be about investing money. Or in your career and business sector, it could be about, starting your own business or new ideas about how to expand your career or the business that you're in. But the problem is that you're kind of concentrating on the obstacles. So it's like, oh, you have a great idea. I have this great idea, right? And then all of a sudden your ego is kind of like, well, wait a minute, Gemini, let's take another look at this, and starts listing out perhaps all the reasons why that won't work, right? It's almost like your own mind is a big naysayer at this time. So it's taking a look at, okay, obstacles. That's not a problem. I'm a Gemini. Geminis can overcome any obstacle, right? You know that you have the golden touch. Say that to yourself. I'm a Gemini, I'm intelligent, I'm creative, I can overcome any obstacle that is on my path. Thank you, ego, for trying to keep me safe. But guess what? I have this great idea. It's an electrifying idea, and I'm going to go with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot to get some more details for you about your career and money sector. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, you have unfinished symphony right out of the bat. And then you have the law of attraction. By the book is the law of attraction card. So you have something, okay, that maybe you have even started. That book that you've started, a painting you've started, a business idea that you have kind of started, maybe even put together a business plan, right? But you have stopped for some reason. And the reason is that you have some obstacle on your path. And it's almost as if you are looking at a molehill and thinking it is a huge mountain, right? So let's take a look at how you can move around this obstacle. I feel like the obstacle is really more in your head. Not that you don't have an obstacle, but it's almost like you're allowing your mind to tell you why it won't work, instead of having a little bit more trust in divine and in your spirit guides, in your angels, and asking for their help in helping you to overcome this obstacle. Yeah, this is kind of on your path. Look at this. You have teacher. I feel like, and then you have kindred partnership. I think you have somebody coming in on your path that is going to help you in this creative endeavor. Now, the creative endeavor could be anything. It could be a new creative idea of how to invest your money, something that you maybe haven't thought of before, right? It could be, you go and talk to a financial planner or something, and they're like, well, have you ever thought of this? And you're like, no, I haven't even heard of that. And then off you are onto, expanding your investments or something. If it's a business, or you actually have some type of creative endeavor, even like a hobby or a side business, right? It's somebody that comes in and says, well, have you thought about taking this to the next level? And you're like, well, no, because, and then you name your obstacles, right? It's kind of like, once again, I feel like there's a little bit of this energy of focusing on the obstacle instead of the treasure that you have in this idea. It's just beautiful. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, there is something about having to end a mindset or end some ending in the past is kind of like the obstacle at this time. But once again, I feel like the obstacle is more in your head than in reality. So let's take a look at your present energy. Yeah, you have something that hasn't been finished. And yet, at the same time, this is going to increase your money, your fulfillment, your abundance, your joy in life. You know, there's something here, and you're kind of like determined, okay, to be perseverant, to see this through. And yet, at the same time, with the sword's energy, it's a mental block. I feel like it's almost like a mental block. Okay, so we have Page of Wands. Yeah, looking closer at yourself. Look at that. It's time to walk away from something. You're holding back. So it's a question, okay? I mean, literally, the Page of Wands is about learning new things, getting inspired. It's about looking at yourself. What are you doing, or what are you thinking? What obstacles are you claiming, okay, as preventing you from going forward? You're holding yourself back instead of walking forward towards your Nine of Cups, right? Walking your spiritual path, knowing that this is where you're headed, right? And yet at the same time, it's kind of like you're dragging your feet. That's what it is, Gemini. It's this energy of dragging your feet. Perhaps it is about looking within yourself, right? And I feel like there's almost like, you know, see how he has a magnifying glass? It's almost as if you're looking at yourself, but you're only seeing the flaws. You're only seeing the reasons why you can't do something, instead of looking at the joy within yourself, the creativity within yourself, your intelligence, you know, your way with people, you know, the way that you can literally turn anything into gold. It's almost like you feel like you've lost your Midas touch. You've lost your creative energies. You know, it's kind of like, and you're focusing on that. It's kind of like, well, take another look, Gemini. There's something here to learn about yourself. If nothing else, that you're sticking to it, right? You're persevering, but you're really wanting to walk away from something. There's something really holding you back, because I'm actually like, my heart chakra, my, you know, heart area is just kind of like, it's almost like the throat area too. It's kind of like, oh no, that's scary. It's that scary feeling. It's kind of like, what are you worried about? That's what we got to get to the root of. Are you worried that you're going to, I mean, I'm asking, are you worried that you're going to fail, or are you worried that you're going to succeed? I think some of you are afraid you're going to succeed. You're blocking this. You're blocking your own clarity. You're blocking your own clarity to the abundance, the joy, the fulfillment, the happiness that you are looking for. You're blocking it. And here is, you know, it's that sword's energy. It's your own mindset that is preventing this. Really interesting, because I feel like there is this energy of, you know, let's look at your area of resistance. You know, are you afraid that you're going to fail? You know, one of the messages I'm getting is that if you're afraid to fail, maybe you've had a difficult time, you know, the last, you know, maybe 8 to 10 years. Okay. You've had a difficult time. Definitely the last 3 years. Okay. So perhaps, you know, since like the beginning of the pandemic, you've had a difficult time. There's just maybe been a lot of things that have not gone your way, right? And it's almost this energy, I've lost my magic. I've lost my magic touch. I don't have it. You know, the Page of Wands, if you think about it, okay, is a wand, like your magic wand. I feel like you almost feel like I've lost my magic wand. Because there's been so many, yeah, it's kind of like very emotional. You've had a lot of obstacles that weren't in your head. And you've overcome all of those, right? You just keep picking yourself up. There's this energy. I just keep picking myself up. But it's almost as if now the biggest obstacle is there in front of you. It's your own dragon that you are having to kind of go up against. Whew, wow. It's kind of like looking at your own fear of, it's almost like standing on a cliff and looking at your own fear. It's kind of like if, you actually put yourself 100% into this, you are going to be a success, right? You know that you'll be a success. And so it's kind of like, what does that success mean? What does that mean? And for some of you, that could be scary. It means you're going to be in the spotlight, right? You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're going to have to do public speaking engagements, and that just makes you go nuts, right? Just the thought of it. Maybe some of you are concerned that when you really put yourself out there, share your story, there are people in your life that are going to want to walk away. Maybe some of you are trying to save up for your dream home, but you're afraid if you actually get your dream home that people are going to say things about you behind your back. Oh, aren't they fancy? Look at that beautiful home they got. Look at how fancy they are, right? It's almost like I feel like you have probably gone through a lot of situations where people were judgmental of you. If you succeed, you know that there's going to be the people that are saying, oh, well, Gemini cheated or lied or whatever to get there. And you're also afraid at the same time, some of you, you're kind of like in this, oh my goodness, it's like being between a rock and a hard place, right? Because some of you are also afraid of failing, because if you fail, then you have people in your life that are going to say, I knew Gemini wouldn't be able to do it. Wow, that's a tough place to be. So are you going to allow those external forces, it's kind of like you're keeping yourself in this spot where you're not seeing huge success, and yet at the same time, you're not failing, right? You may not feel like you're a huge success or a failure, but it's kind of like you're in this middle zone. You're not what you as successful as you would like to be, and yet maybe you haven't also completely failed. And you're in the middle. And that's kind of, I think, a hard place for a Gemini to be. Geminis usually are very successful at what they do. For some reason, it's kind of like you're stopping your own success. I feel like for some of you, you are kind of concerned about what other people are going to say when you become successful, for whatever reason that is, And there could be a lot of reasons. I mean, fear of success is a real thing. It's kind of like oh my goodness, I didn't even see this. Yeah, in between worlds. Yeah, you're in between worlds. This is you completely fail. This is you completely succeed. You're kind of in between. It's about kind of going within and asking yourself. Some of you, I feel like if you really go whole heart into this, because I feel like you're holding back your energy from actually being successful. And I know some of you will say that's not true, but ask yourself, are you being efficient with your time? There's a difference between being just busy, right? And not really getting much accomplished, and being efficient and really getting the work done, whatever that might mean, right? So I feel like some of you may be kind of busy, okay, but you're not efficient with all of that energy. So you're almost like burning yourself out, giving yourself an excuse to quit. This is taking too long. This is too much work, right? It's about going back to, why did you start on this venture? Why did you start wanting to save money up for that dream house? Why did you want to start your own business? Because in the end, it's almost as if, I feel like for some of you, you may have attracted in a lot of naysayers into your life that, are acting like whatever it is that you want to create or sell or do, right? That there's this naysayer in your life, or at least in the back of your head, that says, you don't have it. That's just a hobby. That's not a real job. Some of you could be kind of toying, between family. You could have people in your life that are saying, well, yeah, but if you get successful, then you're going to take time away from the family. You take time away from the family, how's that going to impact your family members? Well, those are all things to think about. I totally agree. But it's kind of like, it's almost like you have to get clear in your mind. What is your goal? What is your goal? Maybe your goal is to stay right where you are. And that's okay, Gemini, right? But it's about understanding that the reason you are where you are is because you are allowing yourself to be where you are. And and then you have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and Judgment. It's all about you. What is it that you want? What is it that your heart desires? I feel like your heart is almost, look at these two. They're kind of like going in opposite directions. I feel like there's maybe somebody in your life that's kind of a naysayer, right? I feel like you're the Queen of Cups and this other person is the Knight. They don't necessarily, it could be a child, right? You could be a parent and it could be your children. It could be, somebody in your life that just doesn't, if you think about it, they're wanting more from you, right? But they're not giving as much to you. The Queen has a lot more to give than the Knight. And I feel like there's almost like this dependency on you that is preventing you from moving forward. And I feel like this person could be actually, somebody that's really close to you, but is saying things that are holding you back. But here's the thing, you're allowing yourself to believe the things that they're saying. It's about getting clear. If you're like, yes, I have young children at home, I can't put as much time and energy into this as I may need to be super successful. I'm good working on it for now, right? I'm good being in the middle for now. And then down the line, when my children are older or something, then I'll go for it. That could be your answer, right? It's kind of like trying to decide and then getting really good with it in your heart. Saying, okay, I'm good with it. I've made up my mind. I know that's hard for you, Gemini, because it is hard, but it is your decision. It's kind of like, it's kind of like looking at success. It's really, you're kind of like in the middle here, right? You're looking at this as either I am a success or a failure, right? You're looking at it as there's only one or the other. But the truth of the matter is that if what you want is in the middle, then you can stay in the middle. If what you want is to succeed, you can succeed. And if you really want to fail, if there's something in failing, then that's your choice too. It's kind of like, it's up to you. It's your choice, Gemini. Because your advice here is, okay, so you have to be fair. You have the Libra energy coming in, balancing out. I feel like for some of you, you have all of these people, dogs, people, situations that are pulling you in different directions. It's about understanding, okay, it's my choice. I'm sitting in this position where it's my choice. Where do I want this balance? And for some of you, I do feel like you're going to say, okay, I have to balance things out. But I feel like you have to balance things out for yourself too. If you're over giving to people because they just feel like you should, right? then you're not giving enough to yourself. It's about balancing that out, what you want and perhaps other people in your life want. And I do feel like for some of you, it's time to close some doors, to say, you know what, I can't do it all. But I do feel like there is also this energy of making sure that you have balance in your life of work and play. Yeah, because I feel like some of you might be working super, super hard, long hours, right? And not getting very far. It's about taking a look at that. Am I also balancing out my life with enough joy, with enough play, that I still feel creative, that when I do go to work, I am effective? It's about balancing all of that out, because you have the King of Pentacles here. You have the ability, okay, to manifest everything that you want in your career and money sector, you know, to not have to worry about money. And the King of Pentacles is also someone that is really, you know, a good head of the household, is the head of the household energy, right? Takes good care of himself, takes good care of his home, takes good care of the people in his life. It is about a little bit about balance. But the lesson here, okay, is to not think of, okay, say you have young children at home, right? Or, you know, people in your life that truly need you at this time. It's not looking at that as an obstacle to your success, right? It's not looking at that as, well, that person or those people or that situation is holding me back from my success. In other words, it's about saying, no, at this time, this situation is important to me. I'm fine where I am at this time. I want balance in my life, right? And then at some point, things may change down the road, and then you go for not being... there's nothing wrong with the King of Pentacles, but it's kind of like the next step up would be the Emperor, right? But the Emperor kind of sits on the throne by himself. I think what you're recognizing is that you want to have financial abundance in your life, but you also want to have, like the King of Pentacles, people, relationships, people to care about, right? It's really kind of a nice message, because I feel sometimes, you know, like the career and money messages are all about, you know, go, 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 get. But this is a good message. I think for some of you, you're recognizing, you know, am I working too hard? Am I trying to achieve too much? Why am I doing that? What's really important to me? Yeah, I really like this. Okay, so let's pull a couple of business cards here. This is, the business. If you have a business, or this may apply in your career too. All right, so it says align. Yeah, stay in alignment with your core values and your vision for the lifestyle you want, right? It's about staying really in alignment with what you want in totality. The balance that you are looking for in your life, right? And then if you have your own business, you know, we have diversify, content marketing, build the know, like, trust factor with your audience. Really focus in on your niche by sharing your content on diverse platforms. So for those of you that are creating a side business, maybe you're just going to keep your primary business. Maybe your balance is to have the primary business and continue with your side business for now, right? And then at some point, you're going to, you know, put all of your energy into your side business. But in the meantime, it's about diversifying. That might be a good option for you, right? Or if you have your own business, diversifying and move forward. Overcome your fear to take real action, right? To move forward. Don't wait or justify. Step out of comfort and take your next action step. Yeah. So I feel like it's really kind of like getting really clear, this King of Swords, right? Getting really clear about what it is that's really important to you, as far as like your career, your money, and also the rest of your life. How does that balance out? What is it that you really and truly want? And then really kind of taking a look at, okay, this is about planning. He's really good at analyzing and planning, the King of Swords, right? So it's taking a look at, how can I schedule this? What does my day look like? Is that realistic, right? And do I have enough energy to do everything that I want to do? What is it that I can allow to drop away so that I can stay in alignment, right, with who I am in all sectors of my life, not just career and money? I really love this energy. Okay, so let's pull one more card for you here for more advice. And Gemini, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. Archangel Michael is with you now. Even though you can't see it, I am actively working on this situation. I am here and helping you. Yeah, I feel like if you think that you have this big obstacle, it's about taking a look at what that obstacle might really be, right? And then asking Archangel Michael for help in releasing that fear, you know, whether it's fear of failure, fear of success, fear of not being enough, fear of not having enough balance in your life, you know, just asking your spirit guides, your angels, Archangel Michael, to help you to bring that into, you know, to lessen this obstacle for you, to help you to move forward. Because this is really a lovely energy of bringing balance back into your life, of looking clearly at what it is that you want, and then moving forward very quickly towards it. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.